KitKat, the crispy, chocolatey treat with a familiar, delightful flavor that's loved by millions worldwide. Beneath that iconic red wrapper lies a fascinating and meticulous production process. Have you ever wondered what makes KitKats so irresistibly enticing? Today, join us as we dive into the surprising journey of how KitKat is made at one of the world's largest chocolate factories, where over 8 million bars are crafted every single day. This sweet adventure is sure to leave you amazed. The journey to crafting KitKat's exquisite chocolate flavor begins in the distant lands of West Africa, where endless cocoa fields stretch under the tropical sun. In July, as the ripe cocoa pods glisten under the intense heat, farmers begin their labor-intensive harvest season. They meticulously handpick each ripe cocoa pod with care, ensuring the precious cocoa beans inside remain unharmed. Every motion reflects their respect and pride in the fruits of their labor. Once harvested, skilled workers swiftly crack open the pods to reveal the prized beans within. Each plump cocoa bean, embodying the essence of nature, is delicately handled and neatly arranged on large drying mats under the blazing sun. These beans undergo a natural drying process lasting about 8 days. As the days pass, the beans gradually lose moisture, their outer shells harden, and they seal in the exceptional chocolate flavor within. The raw cocoa beans undergo a rigorous quality inspection before arriving at the production facility. Here, they face a series of stringent tests held to exacting standards. The first step is a moisture check to ensure each bean reaches optimal dryness, preventing mold. Next, the size and texture of the beans are carefully assessed, with underdeveloped or undersized beans being removed. Finally, an experienced team conducts a scent test, ensuring each cocoa bean exudes its signature aroma. At the factory, the cocoa beans go through a 3-hour process to prepare for transformation. The journey begins with cleaning. Workers empty sacks of raw cocoa beans into massive conveyor systems, transporting them to a cleaning station. Inside a sealed rotating drum, the beans gently tumble and rub against each other, loosening their outer shells. Simultaneously, powerful air jets blow away dust and debris, leaving the beans spotless. Next comes roasting. Each batch is placed into a large roasting machine. Much like coffee, cocoa requires precise temperature and timing. This is a closely guarded secret. Any slight deviation can alter the chocolate's flavor. After roasting, the beans, now bursting with aroma, are ground into a thick cocoa paste. This paste moves to a hydraulic press to extract cocoa butter, forming pure cocoa cakes that weigh about 7 kilograms each. The cocoa cakes are ground again into fine powder, becoming the base for KitKat's signature chocolate flavor. The cocoa powder is then mixed with sugar, milk powder, pure cocoa butter, emulsifiers, and other secret ingredients. The proportions are Nestlé's well-kept secret. Inside a multi-ton mixer, it churns continuously until it becomes a thick, velvety chocolate mass. Next is conching, a refining process that grinds the chocolate particles to microscopic sizes. The longer it's conched, the creamier and more refined it becomes. Then comes tempering. The chocolate's temperature is cycled up and down to ensure smoothness and gloss, preventing unsightly crystals. Now, the luscious chocolate coating is ready. If chocolate is the soul of KitKat, the crispy wafer layers are its heart. These are made from refined wheat flour, purified water, sugar, vegetable fats, and salt. A leavening agent adds the signature crispy texture. The batter is mixed thoroughly, then pumped into rectangular baking molds through precise nozzles, ensuring even thickness. The molds are heated to 350 to 400 degrees Fahrenheit for just 30 seconds, quickly baking the wafers to perfection. They are then cooled by gentle air streams to retain crispiness. Meanwhile, the chocolate filling between wafer layers is prepared. It uses a small amount of crushed KitKat pieces from rejected bars, ground into fine powder. This filling is thinner and creamier, allowing it to bind layers without breaking them. The outer chocolate layer is thicker, offering protection and structure. Then comes the mesmerizing moment when wafers are coated with glossy chocolate. Wafers are arranged on a conveyor belt and given an even chocolate bath. 3 layers are added for the perfect coating, followed by a final wafer layer to complete the masterpiece. The bars move to sharp blades that cut them into the iconic KitKat size. High-speed machines then fill hundreds of molds per minute with liquid chocolate, producing over 200,000 bars daily. Wafers pass under a chocolate waterfall, coating every inch. Before reaching store shelves, KitKat bars undergo strict quality checks. Any with flaws, like air bubbles or cracks, are rejected and reused in fillings. The flawless ones head to robotic packaging lines, where they're wrapped in foil and sealed in branded wrappers. From there, up to 8 million bars are shipped daily to warehouses, ready to reach chocolate lovers around the globe. Have you ever wondered what the secret behind the rich, creamy butter you love so much is? It's a journey filled with fascinating stories, from lush green pastures to modern production methods, where technology and passion come together in perfect harmony. Let's uncover the amazing journey and reveal some surprising secrets about the butter-making process that most people don't know. It might sound strange, but the mood of a dairy cow really does impact the quality and quantity of their milk. Just like humans, when cows feel happy, relaxed, and comfortable, their bodies produce more beneficial hormones that boost their health and immune systems, leading to better milk quality. On the other hand, when cows are stressed, scared, or sad, their bodies release cortisol, which suppresses the immune system and decreases milk production. The milk can even change in taste and nutritional composition. To keep cows happy and ensure high-quality milk, they live in clean, spacious environments with plenty of room to move and rest. Their diet is carefully controlled, with fresh, clean elephant grass from nearby fields used as their natural food. Grass is a nutrient and fiber-filled, easy-to-digest food source that provides the essential nutrients cows need. It also improves the quality of the milk, particularly the fat content and flavor. When cows eat fresh grass, their milk tends to have a richer, creamier taste. Grass is also crucial for maintaining their digestive health. The cows wear smart collars to monitor their health. These devices track their well-being, diet, and daily activities by collecting data on important physiological indicators such as body temperature, heart rate, activity levels, and eating habits. This data is sent directly to the farm's management system, allowing farmers to easily monitor the cow's health and quickly identify any signs of illness or stress. The first step in making butter is collecting milk from dairy farms. This process is now automated. Each cow enters its own stall, equipped with a milking device made of soft rubber cups, which are gently placed on the cow's udder. The cups create a mild suction to naturally and comfortably extract the milk. Cleanliness is always a top priority, and all areas that come into contact with the cows are thoroughly cleaned with fresh water to remove any dirt or residues. An interesting fact many people don't know is that all dairy cows are actually mothers. After each milking, these mother cows are immediately reunited with their calves. This helps the cows feel relaxed and less stressed, while ensuring the health and well-being of both the mother and the calf. Being together gives the mother cow peace of mind, and allows her to provide better nutrition through breastfeeding, while the calves grow healthy, nourished by the love and care of their mothers. It's a natural and loving way to maintain the health of both generations of cows on the farm. Freshly collected milk is immediately transported to the processing plant within 24 hours via large refrigerated trucks. Once it arrives, the milk undergoes thorough testing to check for contaminants and bacteria, as well as to measure fat and protein content. Only batches that meet all the required criteria are approved and transferred into large storage tanks, specially designed to preserve the milk under optimal conditions. The milk is then heated to a high temperature, typically around 280 to 285 degrees Fahrenheit, for a very short period, usually 2 to 4 seconds. This process, known as UHT ultra-high temperature pasteurization, kills most harmful bacteria, molds, and pathogens, making the milk safer for consumers and extending its shelf life. After pasteurization, the milk is rapidly cooled to about 39 degrees Fahrenheit to prevent any bacterial contamination. Before the milk separation process begins, large containers are thoroughly cleaned to ensure hygiene. Then, the milk is separated using a centrifugal process spinning at 500 revolutions per minute for 10 minutes. This produces two main components: cream, also known as butterfat, and skim milk. Skim milk is milk that has had almost all of its fat removed. Compared to whole milk, it contains fewer calories and less fat, but still retains the same levels of calcium, vitamins, and minerals. This makes it a healthy choice for people managing their weight or dealing with cardiovascular conditions or diabetes. The cream obtained from the centrifugation process has a high, uniform fat content, which helps create butter with rich flavor, smooth texture, and irresistible creaminess. The cream is first smoothed out, then pasteurized, followed by a brief fermentation period, depending on the type of butter being produced. The fat content can be adjusted by adding or removing skim milk. Acidity is also controlled by adding lactic acid bacteria, which give the butter its distinct flavor. The continuous churning process is crucial for bringing the fat molecules in the cream together, forming smooth butter grains. The butter is transferred into a special churn where the mixers keep stirring the mixture, creating a soft, silky butter with a texture as smooth as a flowing stream. At this point, the butter is fully ready. In medieval Europe, butter was considered a luxury food reserved only for the nobility and wealthy families. Its value was so high that it was even used as a form of currency. Butter wasn't just a delicious treat. It symbolized elegance, wealth, and status. Once the butter has completed processing, it is poured into containers weighing 44 pounds for storage. These containers maintain the freshness and quality of the butter during transportation and storage. The factory can package the butter in various formats to meet different customer needs. Large blocks of butter are cut into smaller portions, making the packaging process more manageable. Traditional packaging uses wrapping paper made from aluminum foil, wax paper, or polyethylene-coated paper to prevent air and moisture from affecting the butter's quality. This packaging is ideal for short-term storage and quick use. Butter can also be packaged in foil pouches to block light and preserve its flavor. These pouches are typically divided into 4-pound portions and are commonly used in the food industry. Around 40% of butter on the market today is packaged in plastic containers. These sturdy tubs protect butter from bumps and impacts during transport, especially for sliced or stick butter. They also offer convenience with secure, easy-to-open lids and can be stacked neatly to save space in refrigerators or on shelves. Le beurre is a famous artisanal butter from France, produced by Jean-Yves Bordier, a master butter maker from Brittany. This butter is praised for its unique flavor, smooth texture, and high quality. Made using local ingredients and traditional methods, the workshop can produce up to 20,000 mini butter portions each day. Once the butter arrives from the factory, it is crafted by expert artisans who add various flavors such as seaweed, smoked salt, vanilla, or Espelette pepper. Each flavor has its own secret family recipe. The butter is then moved to large spinning tables for the final stage of mixing until it reaches a uniform, velvety texture. It is shaped into squares, rectangles, or small cones, depending on the type, creating perfectly shaped portions ready to be enjoyed. Each year, the world consumes about 7.7 million tons of chocolate. In the US alone, the average person eats around 20 pounds of chocolate per year. The sweet, irresistible aroma of chocolate is hard to resist. Just a small piece melting in your mouth is enough to bring happiness, soothe the mind, and warm the heart. Transforming juicy cocoa beans into chocolate bars is a meticulous process. More than 200,000 chocolate bars are produced every day. Cocoa, the main ingredient, was discovered around 4,000 years ago and revered in ancient Mexican civilizations. The cacao tree was first discovered in Mexico, where the Olmec civilization had used it for centuries. By the mid-19th century, Joseph Fry created the first solid chocolate bar, and later, Swiss chocolatier Daniel Peter, with Henry Nestle, invented milk chocolate by adding powdered milk, creating a smoother, sweeter version. Chocolate originates from tropical regions where cacao trees thrive in hot, humid climates. Cacao beans are found inside pods that grow directly on the tree trunk. It takes about 5 months from bloom to ripening. Harvesting is done by hand with sharp knives, as machines cannot handle the delicate process. On average, one worker can harvest around 200 pods per day. Only fully ripe pods are picked, while unripe ones are left due to their sour, bitter taste. Cacao beans are removed by hand from tough pods using machetes. Inside each pod, the beans are surrounded by juicy, white pulp with a tangy flavor. The pulp is removed before fermentation to prevent interference. At processing facilities, it may be refined into cacao juice or dried cacao fruit. The beans are placed in wooden containers and covered with banana leaves for fermentation, which lasts about 6 to 7 days. This crucial step reduces bitterness and develops the chocolate flavor. After fermentation, beans are sun-dried for about 10 days and stirred regularly to ensure even drying. Once dried, the beans are inspected, weighed, packaged, and sent to manufacturers. At the factory, beans are roasted using different machines depending on batch needs. A tool cuts each bean in half for quality inspection. Purple hues indicate poor fermentation. This helps detect mold and assess flavor potential. The genetic diversity of cacao means different colors and flavors. Over time, selective breeding can reduce natural flavor, making quality inspections vital. After roasting, beans are ground to separate cacao nibs from shells. The nibs, rich in cocoa butter, are ground into a thick paste called cacao liquor. The liquor is pressed to separate cocoa butter and solids. The solids become cocoa powder. To make chocolate, cocoa powder is mixed with sugar and milk powder, forming a liquid known as chocolate liquor. Conching is the final liquid stage where chocolate is refined for flavor and texture. It occurs in 2 stages, dry and wet conching. Dry conching evaporates volatile acids and dries the mix, while wet conching blends ingredients further and reduces moisture. This step can last from 4 to 72 hours. Longer conching results in smoother texture and richer flavor. The chocolate is tested for smoothness, particle size, ingredient purity, and more, sometimes up to 72 tests before packaging. Next is molding. Liquid chocolate is poured into molds to form bars or small pieces. A depositing machine ensures even filling. After molding, chocolate goes through a cooling tunnel to harden. An elevator system moves molds through a cooling chamber to prevent uneven solidification. In demolding, a twisting mechanism gently releases bars without damage. The chocolate then moves to high-speed wrapping machines that seal it in foil, followed by decorative wrapping. The packaging system adapts to different sizes and designs, enabling thousands of bars to be packaged hourly. Chocolate contains theobromine, which slightly increases heart rate, and caffeine, which boosts focus. Natural fats and sugars provide energy, explaining why chocolate is enjoyed in such massive quantities globally. At the start of the 20th century, an American cookie company introduced something truly special. 2 crispy chocolate cookies sandwiching a rich, creamy vanilla filling. It was an instant hit, and even after nearly a century, the world still can't get enough. People everywhere are obsessed with that perfect combo of crunchy cookies and smooth, dreamy cream. Dunking them in milk has become an art form and one of the most fun ways to enjoy a sweet treat. But have you ever wondered what's actually inside an Oreo? This is a behind-the-scenes look at how the world's most popular cookie is made, including a few secrets hidden inside every irresistible bite. Oreo first hit the scene in 1912. Created by the National Biscuit Company, now known as Nabisco, part of the Mondelez International family, the cookie stood out with its simple but iconic design. 2 dark, round chocolate cookies with a sweet, creamy white filling. Originally, Oreos featured that classic flavor combination, but today, there are countless variations to satisfy fans around the world. The very first Oreo design included a wreath of flowers around the edge, with the word Oreo stamped in the center. Before those delicious Oreos can be made, the ingredients must be prepared with precision. The key components are all-purpose flour, sugar, cocoa powder, vegetable oil, salt, and baking soda. The flour is mostly sourced from local wheat farms in the US and is carefully sifted to eliminate lumps. It's important not to overmix the dough, as this can activate too much gluten, making the cookie tough instead of giving it that perfect crunch. The sugar used is finely ground white granulated sugar, also from local farms. It's chosen for its smooth integration with flour and cocoa. Fun fact, the cookie dough isn't overly sweet. Sugar makes up only about 15% of the total dry ingredients, which balances perfectly with the sweeter cream filling. The cocoa powder gives Oreos their rich, dark chocolate flavor. It's made from cacao beans grown in places like Ghana, Côte d'Ivoire, and Indonesia. The beans are roasted, ground, and processed into alkalized cocoa powder, treated to neutralize acidity, resulting in that signature deep color and mellow flavor. Using natural cocoa instead would create lighter cookies with a slightly sour taste. The Oreo making process begins with massive bags of sugar being poured into giant mixers, followed by cocoa powder, salt, and other ingredients. Then, a stream of canola oil binds it all into a sticky dough. Ratios are exact: 40% flour, 25% cocoa powder, 15% sugar, 15% fat, and a few proprietary extras. After blending, workers add water, and the dough becomes a thick, chocolatey mixture. Dry ice is used to cool it quickly. This helps the dough remain firm and prevents cracking during shaping. Once chilled for 30 minutes, a leavening agent is added, and the dough is ready to be shaped. The dough heads to the shaping station, where rollers press it into circular cookie shapes and stamp in the iconic Oreo logo and wreath pattern. This machine can produce up to 6,000 cookies an hour. Next, the cookies travel down a long conveyor belt into industrial ovens, baking at around 360 degrees Fahrenheit for 10 to 12 minutes. The oven is about 400 feet long, allowing each cookie to bake evenly and develop its crisp texture. After baking, giant fans cool the cookies to lock in their crunch. Then comes quality control. Workers inspect the cookies and remove any that are cracked or imperfect. Only flawless cookies move on. While cookies are baking, the creamy vanilla filling is made. The ingredients include powdered sugar, vegetable fat, corn syrup, vanilla flavoring, and an emulsifier. They're mixed in a temperature-controlled environment to ensure consistency and prevent separation. Corn syrup adds moisture and stretchiness, while vanilla brings that familiar aroma. The cream is kept cool, 68 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit, so it stays soft but firm enough to pipe onto cookies. Next, automated nozzles dispense the cream onto half of the cookies. The other half are gently pressed on top, forming a sandwich. The assembly line can produce up to 3,000 Oreos per minute. Then, the cookies pass through a cooling tunnel where the cream sets, making them easier to handle and pack. At the packing station, robotic arms sort the Oreos into groups of 11, place them into plastic trays, and then seal them into boxes. From there, the cookies are shipped worldwide. Welcome to the sweet world of baking. From beautifully decorated cakes to heartfelt handwritten messages, it all begins here in a modern production line with cutting-edge technology. A strict and meticulous production process places food safety and hygiene at the forefront. Right from the start of their shift, every baker must adhere to rigorous hygiene standards. Every hand is thoroughly washed to remove dirt and bacteria, then covered with special gloves to ensure absolute cleanliness in every step of the process. To create delicious cakes, fresh eggs are an essential ingredient. With advanced technology, eggs are cracked accurately and quickly to ensure each cake reaches perfection. A high-speed, precise egg cracking machine frees the eggs from their shells in the blink of an eye, ready to be mixed into a smooth batter that creates the wonderful flavor of the cake. Every step begins with careful preparation. The ingredients for the cake, such as flour, eggs, and sugar, are carefully selected to ensure the highest quality. These are poured into large mixing machines where the magic begins. Combining technology with the skill of the bakers, the flour, eggs, and sugar blend together in the kneading process, creating a smooth, soft mixture that promises delicious cakes. The world of pastries is a vibrant universe full of colors and flavors, where every cake is a symphony of taste and a living, colorful masterpiece. To cater to diverse tastes, bakers continuously innovate, offering an endless variety of mouth-watering options. Melt-in-your-mouth chocolate, refreshing matcha green tea, dreamy blueberry, luscious strawberry, or zesty lemon cakes. After the cake batter is poured into round molds, tiny air bubbles are visible inside. To ensure the cake comes out firm and without air pockets, the workers give the molds a firm tap on the table. Smart ovens maintain a stable temperature, baking fluffy golden cakes. After baking, the cakes pass through an automatic cutting machine, which divides them into even layers, ready for decoration. The workers gently place each freshly baked cake onto the conveyor belt. Watching the colorful cakes move along brings a sense of joy and excitement, a sign of a productive day filled with the promise of more delicious batches. Cutting the cakes into layers allows for delicious fillings between each layer, such as creamy fillings, strawberry jam, or fragrant pudding. This not only enhances the cake's appearance, but also creates a perfect harmony of flavors. To create the perfect frosting, ingredients like butter, sugar, milk, vanilla, and water are precisely measured and mixed according to a secret recipe. The mixture is beaten until smooth, creamy, and light, ready to coat the cake with an irresistible appearance and flavor. Robotic arms then smooth on the vanilla frosting, followed by chocolate ganache. These intricate designs, though automated, still appear handmade. They apply frosting with impeccable precision, creating countless shapes and designs, meeting every customer's request. The robotic arms can shape cakes from simple rounds or squares to hearts, stars, or even adorable animal shapes. They swiftly decorate cakes, moving at high speed, never missing a detail. Intricate designs appear in the blink of an eye, a perfect blend of modern technology and the art of cake decorating. Cakes are decorated with macaron accents, fruit designs, and spiraling patterns, all with perfect accuracy and creativity. Imagine a miniature cake city where modern production lines transport ingredients, robotic arms knead, whip, bake, and decorate. This city produces up to 10,000 cakes every day with delicious flavors and beautiful designs. This factory is like a super chef, handling every kind of baked good, from cheesecakes to bread and pastries. Each type of cake follows its own recipe, executed precisely with state-of-the-art machinery and an optimized process. One special feature is the ability to write personalized messages on each cake. Instead of pre-printed text, messages are handwritten with care and precision, adding a personal touch to an already thoughtful gift. Cakes today go beyond traditional flavors. Fresh fruits are incorporated to create visually stunning and flavorful results. Ripe bananas, plump blueberries, or vibrant fruit slices arranged over smooth white frosting, creating a delightful symphony for the taste buds. As a child, who didn't dream of walking into a bakery where fresh cakes are made every day? Now, standing before this modern process, that dream feels real, a world of sweetness, creativity, and joy. Every cake is a work of art, infused with the love and passion of the bakers. Let these cakes bring smiles and joy to every special occasion in your life.